When I finished high school, I didn't want to farm. Went to university, didn't do well. So I came home and my dad said to me, if you want to go back to school, the farm will pay for your education, but there is no room for you on the farm anymore. Or you can make a decision today to stay on the farm and there's a spot for you. So I got in the farm half-ton, took a drive around the fields and came back and said, let's go farming.
I was a city girl and went to university in Copenhagen and came on a holiday here and met a farmer from Chin. All our friends gave it maybe a year or two, but here I am.
I was a sugar beet guy and liked doing it. And a friend came over and said, Jerry, we've decided not to grow potatoes on your land anymore. And I said, what am I going to do? He said, grow them yourself.
I've been on this farm for 55 years. We have a family, 3 kids who are carrying on the farm. Of course, I am biased. I think they are the best. They were always looking for better ways of doing things and very much wanting to leave everything better than they found it. We had exchange students from Scandinavia, Norway, Denmark, Sweden, Finland, all of them. And they were young men from farms there. And my husband had a lot of business smarts and fortunately a very open mind. So we learned a lot from them. We learned a lot about agricultural history in school. It was drilled into me that monoculture wasn't very good, biodiversity already then, and we certainly, every farm had a manure pile behind it that you put back on the land, so biodigesting is not totally new to me.
Back in 2003, we were complaining about throwing away the potatoes, so we learned what the biogas facility was, and then we never really looked back. Some of the foundation of what we had was our culled potatoes that we were throwing away. So it's taking organic waste that's always about 50% manure, but we can put in different recipes, a little bit of rotten potatoes here, a little bit of cow poop there, a little bit of screenings here, some food processor waste here. So from that, there's a whole bunch of anaerobic bugs. They're digesting and eating the feedstock material that we feed, and they're basically secreting the same molecule that's in natural gas that heats your home, that can run a stove, etc. And since 2014, we've been producing renewable electricity with that. So in the last 8 years, that has produced double the amount of the total farm's electricity use on biogas. 20,000 ton of material goes in, and really 20,000 tons of material comes out. All of that digestate goes back to our fields, reducing greenhouse gases big time, adding carbon to the soil, all the good stuff. So a big part of our regenerative agriculture program is the anaerobic digester and specifically the digestate that's coming out.
When you're a big farm, you can't be totally organic. It's too big. You can't hand pick weeds and all that. But you can do stuff that are on the way. Harold's simple definition is make the soil better every year. And Harold started this regen ag 20 years ago.
On our soil at all times, we have frost-free days in a year. We always want to have water on there, so we'll grow cover crops before and after our crops where it's possible. And we're looking at doing some what the plant needs when, is build a super healthy, functioning, resilient soil that breathes and cycles nutrition. The plants can communicate with the soil biology, and it can get whatever it needs when it needs it. So it takes us out of the equation more. So we just try to keep feeding our soil to get that whole.
Simplicity is good. The kids heard about that from they were little, so that is totally second nature to them.
There's many books written about the third generation loses the farm, and I was third generation.
The girls would be the fifth, and we hope that they will carry on the farm as any farmer would do.
I have 3 daughters, and my brother has 3 daughters and 1 boy. So, the girls traditionally thought, well, do you have a role on the farm? And yeah, absolutely they do. One of the great things that actually came out of COVID was that all our post-secondary kids came home for the summer. They actually had fun on the farm. Treated them a little bit more like interns, so introducing them to some of the business on the farm. There's a lot of plays in agriculture right now and lots of opportunity. So, we're excited to see who's going to end up coming back in the long run.
From whatever you do, you can bring something back into the farm. They will have challenges. There's no question about that. So I will be amazed if the farm is not in the 5th generation. No question. No question.